Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to apply to the AmeriCorps program. Before you apply for the program, please read the instructions on how to apply or listen to the tutorial to ensure accuracy. So go ahead and read the opportunity of AmeriCorps information. Go ahead and read what you can do as a member and who can apply. Once you are done reading, go ahead and hit the blue AmeriCorps program application portal. Go ahead and scroll down. Once you see the how to apply information, go ahead and read that. And once you have finished reading that, go ahead and scroll down. This information is important. It tells you the exact position and what you need to click before you apply. So scroll down, and once you feel confident enough about that information, go ahead and hit the blue Apply Now button. Go ahead and read the member duties, the program benefits, the terms, the service areas, and the skills, and then go ahead and read the summary on the side. Once you feel good about that, go ahead and hit the red Apply Now button. You can hit OK. Go ahead and fill in your basic information, your first name, your prefix, your middle name, your last name, your social security, your date of birth, and your email address twice. Once that information is correct, go ahead and hit the next button. Go ahead and put your citizenship/residency status. And then after that, go ahead and read this information. Once you're done reading that, go ahead and type in your city of birth, your state of birth, your country of birth, and your sex. Your earliest availability date, you can put whenever you're available or if you're available indefinitely. And then if you're moving within the next 6 months, yes or no. Okay, so once you get to this page, in the top, you're going to have the permanent address. And then in the top of this, you'll have the current mailing address. So if it's a foreign address, you would click here. And then if it's in the U.S., then you're going to do the street address, the city, the state, the 9-digit zip code, and your preferred phone number. Your preferred method of communication. If you have an international phone number, you'll click there too and put the phone number. And then if you have a permanent address, or if you are going to use the same current mailing address for your permanent address, then you can click here and it'll just copy and paste into this box. Next, it's going to ask about your skills and experience. It's going to ask what the highest level of education you've completed and if you're registered to vote. It's also going to ask what your military, veteran, or family member status is. It's going to ask is English your primary language and if you speak any other languages. If you do speak any other languages, it'll ask what language and what your fluency is. It's going to ask if you have a valid government-issued driver's license, yes or no. And then towards the bottom, it's going to ask any skill areas that you have experience in. So you can click on what you have experience in. And it's going to ask you what the highest level of education you have completed was. Go ahead and put what you completed. And what is your military, veteran, or family member status. So if you were a veteran, if you're an active duty member, if you're a member of the National Guard, if anyone in your family was a member, and then if you're registered to vote, yes, no, not eligible, not sure. Is English your primary language? Do you speak any other languages? If you speak other languages, you can choose from Arabic, Chinese, Creole, Sign Language, English, French, German, Greek, Hmong, Italian, Japanese, Korean, other, etc. And then you're going to put in your fluency if you speak another language. And then if you have a valid government-issued driver's license, you put yes or no. And then the skill areas that some programs find useful. So these are the ones that you've had training in or experience. These could be volunteer or community service experiences. Once you create the application, you need to specify what exactly you have done in these areas. So there are several different ones that you could click. If you have any additional interests, skills, experience, or additional information that may be helpful, and then once you're finished, you can hit finish, and then you're going to hit the blue OK button. So now you have an email that has been sent to whatever email you put down, and now there's further instructions. Alright, so once you went to your email and looked at the email that was sent by the application, you would click on the link that they sent you. So here you're going to complete your registration for My AmeriCorps. So you're going to put your last name, and you're going to put the last 4 digits of your Social Security, your date of birth, your username, and a password that you feel confident enough to remember. And you could either click on profile privacy so you can't, other programs can search and view your profile. Make sure that your username must be longer than 6 characters, and then your new password must have specific rules. It must be 12 characters long. It's going to have at least 1 digit. It's going to have 1 special character. I have uppercase and lowercase letters. And it must not contain your username. So next you're going to have security challenge questions to get in and make your profile. So go ahead and fill out that. You're going to come to this page. It'll tell you your information, make sure that's all correct again, and then you're going to hit applications. And this is where you'll create an application, and this is where you will actually create the application for the AmeriCorps program. So they would like to understand more about you and your reasons for applying for AmeriCorps. Please share why you would like to serve with the AmeriCorps program. And then once you finish that, you're going to hit next. Once you get to skills and experience, you're going to write what skills you have or what you have done to acquire these skills. So first aid, you volunteered when you were younger, just examples that you personally did from your experiences. So once you finish filling out those areas of expertise that you have, you're going to scroll down to the bottom. It's going to ask if you have any certificates, such as EMT school or CNA school or anything that you have like that you think is applicable. Once you finish that, go and hit the next button. Once you get here, you are going to do your education, which if you fill out the profile, it'll tell you where it was. Going to post-secondary school, so if you went to college or you went to a trade school or a technical school or you went to the military or had employment training programs, you could add another and go through that information and share that information. Once you hit the next button on that one, community service is going to be the next task. It is going to ask you what you have done. Whatever organization you volunteered with or served, where they were located, the city, the state, and their phone number, and your description of involvement, what you did to help them out, and perhaps why you thought that was beneficial. About how many months you worked with them, and about how many hours per month you worked with them. And then if you've reached out to help others in your own community, go ahead and you can explain something like that. Think in broader terms. And then once you're done with that, so once you filled out the community service application, you're going to hit the next button. And then you're going to put your previous employment experience. So you're going to put the organization, the city, the state, the supervisor name, the phone number, the supervisor email, what your job title was, what are some of the duties that you did with them, and the reason why you left. and then about how long you worked with them, about how many hours per week, and you worked from them for how many months. So once you finish the employment questions, it's going to ask your criminal history. There's just a couple questions. It's asking, have you ever been convicted as an adult or adjudicated as a juvenile offender of at least one criminal offense by either a civilian or military court? Yes or no? And are you currently facing charges for any offense on probation or parole? Yes or no on that one. Once you have finished that one, then go ahead and hit next. Then it's going to just ask some basic demographic information. You can either prefer not to provide your demographic information, or you can go ahead and say everything that applies to you. It'll ask which of the following categories best describes your ethnic origin, and then it'll ask your racial origin. It'll ask how you heard about the program. So did you hear it online? Did you hear it from a guidance counselor? Did you hear it from a job search on the web page, Twitter? And then if you've served previously with the AmeriCorps program, go ahead and click all that apply. If you've worked with state and national, if you worked with VISTA, if you worked with NCCC, or if you worked with none, and hit next.
Okay, one important part that you need to make sure you fill out are the references part. You need to make sure that you have at least 2 references, otherwise your application will not submit and you will have to do it over again.
Okay, so if you were at the home screen and then you went to applications, you see that it still says incomplete. So we're going to go to search listings. Now, this is again where we remembered from a couple pages ago. It's AmeriCorps state/national. The state is going to be Indiana, and the program name will be United Way of Porter County. And you're going to hit search, and then you're going to do the part-time positions.
Also, just a reminder, the full-time positions are available until October 15th, and then the part-time positions will be available all year.
And then you're going to hit apply now. And then you're going to read all of this information. It's got the Privacy Act notice and what it means by submitting this application. The high school status, if you have received a high school diploma or its equivalent, or you will say, I agree to obtain a high school diploma or its equivalent before using my education award, and I did not drop out of elementary or secondary school to enroll in the program. You have to say that you are over the age of 18 and certify that all the information you provided that is true and correct. Or you say that you're under the age of 18 and will send a certification form signed by your parent or legal guardian. And then the education award limitations, you're going to read it and check it. I understand that I may not receive more than the aggregate value of 2 full-time education awards, and that upon successful completion of the term of service, I will receive only that portion of the education award for which I am eligible. So you're going to click that, and then...
All right, that's the end of your application process. Thank you so much.
Okay guys, if you're still having troubles with the application submitting, you need to make sure that the status says complete instead of incomplete. And in order to do that, you need to make sure that every single one of these 8 checks need to be marked off, including the references. That is the part that most people mess up on. And then once those steps are all completed, then you would hit it and it should say complete, and then you could actually submit it to the Porter County position.